Good morning, dear friends.
Good morning.
The readings today present before us a paradoxical truth, particularly the first reading. In the first reading, we heard when people of Israel were passing through the desert, they were bitten by snakes, and many of them died. Then they approached Moses, "Please do something for us." And Moses prayed, and the Lord told Moses, "Make a serpent and raise it on a pole, and all those who are bitten by snakes, if they look at this pole on which this bronze snake was there, symbol of the serpents that were biting them, those people will live." We see here the very snake that was causing them death and pain is raised on a pole and becomes a means of healing and life for the people of Israel. When I look at today's situation, I feel something similar again happening. And I see this paradox. We are like the people of Israel, where a modern snake is biting many people. And in fact, many people have died. Maybe understanding today's situation, understanding coronavirus in the light of this paradox can help us to move toward life and healing. As I would like to share few points from my reflection on this situation, raising it high in the light of Christ, in the light of the cross, and in the light of this paradox, so that we don't get stuck in despair and failures. The first point, we are interconnected much more than perhaps we realize. What happens in China affects us in America. What happens here affects us people living elsewhere. So this reality of coronavirus has confirmed this, that we are deeply connected than perhaps we realize. And so we need to think and reflect, how should be our life, what should be our actions. If they can affect people living miles and miles away, how much do our actions influence those who live with us, maybe in our family, in our community? Second, our pride is shattered by this tiny virus that we cannot even see with our eyes. We thought we can control our life, we can do whatever we want, everything is under our control. But it is no longer so. So this is a realization that we need to give up our ego, our pride, that everything is in our control. No, everything is not in our control. Third is regarding the universe. We are just like a speck in the universe. This universe is so huge, so vast. And sometimes we start thinking as though we are the master of this universe. We can just twist and distort it and use it, manipulate it in any way that we like. But this tiny virus tells us we are just like one speck in this mighty universe. We have our own place, of course, and other beings, whether they are in the air, water or trees, water, everything has its own space in this universe. And we need to respect the space that is in this, that each being has in this universe. It's not our right to encroach that space. It's not our right to manipulate other beings of this creation. So we need to reflect on that. And the fourth and the last point that I would like to add is we need God. Perhaps often we thought with our money power, with our technologies and all advancements, we are safe. we don't need God, and we are self-sufficient. But it is no longer true. We are not self-sufficient. With our money and with all the technologies, with all the devices, with all the vehicles, we can't save our life. We can't save our life. To save our life, we need God. And this situation should help us to realize that we all depend on God. We all depend on God. So we need to move from kind of depending on ourselves to depend on God. So again, this paradox can be seen very clearly in the current situation. The very snake that brought death became a means of life to the people of Israel. The very cross which brought death to Jesus became a means of salvation for us. And the very virus which is causing us pain, isolation and death, looked from this perspective, paradox can help us to reach God, who is the source of all life, who is the source of all healing, who is the source of all unity. So let us continue to move toward this God and experience healing, hope and life. Amen.